Hello my YouTube family, super excited to share this video with you. These are the 3 simple truths that I've learned over the last 20 years that have absolutely changed my life. And if you're looking for something to change your life in a radical and dramatic way very quickly, then you're not going to want to miss this. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments below exactly what you think.
Whatever you need will control you. If you need love, you'll be controlled by the people you think can disperse it, and you'll feel most threatened, and your ego will respond the greatest when you perceive that it's being taken away from you. If you need money, you'll be controlled by the people who you perceive have it, and you'll be at most threat when that is potentially being taken away from you. If you need nothing, you're triggerless. Imagine a world where you lived where you had no buttons to be pushed. Because who here knows people that love to push other people's buttons? Do you know why they like to push your buttons? Because it's an element of control. The person who needs nothing cannot be controlled. And so our goal is to get to a point where we identify with self, not ego, and we realize that we are infinite, okay, and we can be, do, have, identify with anything, but it's all a choice. It's a very deliberate choice. What would I like to be? Who would I like to be? Again, you're infinite. You can have anything, be anything, do anything you want. The question is are you willing to connect with something inside you that's deeply motivated enough to actually drive in that particular direction? And are you of enough awareness to be able to pursue that in the very well knowing that there's every possibility that it may not come to fruition? And if it doesn't, what is your relationship with that? See, our goal is to get to the situation where the things that we hold most dear can be rattled, and we just sit there in observation and go, wow, that's really interesting. Huh, the thing I love more than anything is dissolving right in front of me. That's fascinating. What's coming up for me right now? Whew. That's intense. Oh my, hang on. Oh, hang on a sec. It's not real. I nearly thought it was for a second. But it fucking feels so real. You don't understand. Oh, it just feels so real. It hurts so much. Hang on, it's not real. It's just a concept. Loss is a concept. It's a psychological concept. How conscious are you of your failure relationship? For some of you, big failures might take 3 weeks to reconcile. For some of you, a week to reconcile. For some of you, a day. But my question is, why can't it be a moment? Imagine a world where as things start to fall down, the moment they start to fall down, your first response isn't, oh no, it's, wow, isn't that interesting? What am I learning from this right now? What skills, knowledge, experience am I gaining from this right now? You can do that when you relinquish the desire to be biased. That was good, Kerwin, that was bad. That's fucking bias. The universe, nature has no bias. It just exists as it is because it understands everything that is perfect. And every failure, every fuck up, every form of destruction, chaos, but also beauty is there by design to give you what you need. But my question to you is, how much suffering do you entertain? Because if you are biased towards your problems, you will fucking suffer. If you are neutral towards your problems, you'll be fucking curious as hell. One of the hardest things to teach anyone is extreme ownership. Extreme ownership is about owning every single ripple in the pond that comes from the pebbles that you drop.
Very rarely do people want to accept responsibilities for the things that are going wrong, and very often they want to accept responsibility for the things that are going right. The truth is, the power is in accepting responsibility across the board. I like to call it extreme ownership.
Because if there's any part of your business right now that isn't working and you're blaming anyone else except for you, you are not getting the lesson. Everything is my fault. Everything is your fault.
Ownership and extreme ownership aren't even in the same fucking category. Ownership is someone who goes, you know what, I take responsibility for that. Extreme ownership is someone who goes, I take responsibility for fucking everything. It's all my fault and I'm willing to accept that.
Yeah, I'm just not doing my job and I want to apologize. I mean that.
But the challenge is that most people want to blame. I dropped the ball, let's put it that way. You need to learn how to accept extreme levels of responsibility in every single area of your life.
You nailed personal responsibility because at no point were you offering up any excuses. You just said, I owned it, it was me, it was all me. And if there's one thing I love more than anything else, it's personal responsibility. And I will work with someone who takes responsibility far longer than I'll work with someone who plays in blame.
And it's not until you have that extreme level of ownership, not in a fucking book, not as a concept, but as a practice where you go, look, this has happened. It would be so easy for me to say, well, it's their fault. Yeah, it's their fault they did it. No, it's your fault. it's your fault, because not only did you hire that person, not only did you support and train, but on some level you co-created it based on an intention that was set to give you a lesson that was required for you to go to the next step.
When you observe extreme ownership and action, what has been the feeling that you were left with? Energized, inspired. Now, I don't know about you, but who would like to inspire more people around them?
Hey YouTube, thank you so much for your eyeballs and your attention, for watching and for listening. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more. And if you know of anyone you think this might be able to support, make sure you share it with them as well, because nothing like giving in order to receive even more. And if there's something that you haven't seen that you would like to see, please make sure that you mention in the comments below. And I'll see you on the next video.